Welcome. Today, we gather to confront a universal human experience that transcends cultures, ages, and backgrounds. An existential crisis is a profound and often daunting encounter with the very foundations of our existence. It's a moment when the familiar grounds of our beliefs, values, and purposes begin to shift, leaving us with more questions than answers. We may find ourselves wondering, what is the meaning of life? What is my purpose? What happens when I'm gone? Is there a higher power or a universal plan? These questions can evoke feelings of anxiety, dread, and disorientation, as we struggle to reconcile our own mortality with the fleeting nature of human experience. In this abyss of uncertainty, we may feel lost, disconnected, and uncertain about our place in the world. We may question the choices we've made, the relationships we've built, and the values we've held dear. We may feel like we're staring into the void, with no clear path forward. Yet, in the midst of this turmoil, lies an opportunity for growth, transformation, and renewal. By facing our fears, embracing our vulnerabilities, and exploring new perspectives, we can emerge stronger, wiser, and more authentic. We can develop a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. We can cultivate a greater appreciation for the present moment and the beauty of human connection. In the following discussion, we will delve into the complexities of existential crises, exploring the various triggers, symptoms, and coping strategies. We will examine the role of mindfulness, self-reflection, and community in navigating these challenging times. We will also explore how existential crises can be a catalyst for personal evolution, creativity, and spiritual growth. Let us embark on this journey together, with courage, empathy, and an open heart. Let us create a safe space for exploration, connection, and transformation. Let us discover that even in the darkest moments of uncertainty, there lies a profound opportunity for growth, renewal, and a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world we inhabit. Do you ever feel like life is meaningless? That you're just going through the motions without any real purpose? If you feel like your life has no purpose, you could be experiencing an existential crisis. Don't worry, you're not alone. This type of crisis is actually quite common. In this speech, I will discuss existential crises and how to deal with them. What is an existential crisis? An existential crisis is a period of intense soul-searching and questioning of one's life, values, and purpose. It can be triggered by significant life events such as the death of a loved one, the loss of a job, or retirement. However, it can also happen during periods of relative stability. Many people experience an existential crisis at some point in their lives. Identifying an existential crisis. Symptoms of an existential crisis may include feeling lost or confused about your life, feeling like you are in a rut, feeling like there is no point to anything, questioning your values and beliefs, experiencing a sense of emptiness or isolation, feeling like you are not living authentically, having a fear of death or dying. Existential crisis usually follows large life changes, like losing a job or ending a relationship, having a child or becoming a grandparent, retiring from work, suffering a major illness or injury, experiencing the death of a loved one. Types of existential crisis. The term existential crisis can be used to describe or group together many different types of issues. Genuineness. Another common existential crisis type is a genuineness crisis. This occurs when we feel like we are not living according to our actual values or that we are not being our authentic selves. This can happen for a variety of reasons, such as following societal expectations, conforming to what others want us to be, or because we have lost sight of what is important to us. It is important to remember that we each have our own unique path to follow in life. By reconnecting with our authentic selves, we can find the courage to live according to our actual values and aspirations. Meaning of life. One of the most common existential crisis people experience is questioning the meaning of life. Why are we here? What is the point of it all? For some, this can be a passing phase triggered by a major life event such as losing a loved one. For others, it may be a more persistent feeling that leads to a sense of emptiness or purposelessness. In either case, it can be helpful to explore what matters to you and what gives your life meaning. This may involve discovering your personal values or connection with something larger than yourself. Ultimately, finding the meaning of life is an ongoing journey that is unique to each individual. Major life occurrence or phase of life. As we go through different phases in life, it is not uncommon to experience an existential crisis. For example, many people feel lost and confused after college or university graduation. They may question what they should do with their lives and wonder if they are on the right track. Demise and disease. Another time an existential crisis may arise is when we are faced with our own mortality. This can happen during periods of illness or after the death of a loved one. Facing our own mortality can be difficult, but it can also be a powerful reminder of what is truly important in life. It can help us to appreciate the time we have and to focus on living in the present moment. Fear of responsibility. One of the most common types of existential crises is known as a fear of responsibility. This usually occurs during adolescence, as young people begin to question their abilities and wonder if they are up to the task of leading a fulfilling life. It can also happen later in life, as people face difficult choices or realize that they have made some poor decisions in the past. The key to overcoming this type of crisis is to remember that everyone feels unsure at times and that it is normal to make mistakes. We all have the ability to learn from our mistakes and grow into responsible adults. With this understanding, we can move forward with confidence, knowing that we are capable of meeting life's challenges. How to deal with an existential crisis. If you are going through an existential crisis, there are a few things you can do to help yourself through it. Talk to someone you trust. Everyone goes through tough times in life. It's part of being human. But sometimes, we go through periods where it feels like everything is pointless and we can't see any meaning in life. This can be highly confusing and scary, and it's often referred to as an existential crisis. If you're going through something like this, it's important to reach out for help. Talk to someone you trust, a friend, family member, therapist, or anyone else who can provide support and understanding. They can help you make sense of your thoughts and feelings, and they can provide practical guidance on how to cope with your crisis. Remember, you're not alone in this. Many people have gone through an existential crisis at some point in their lives, and there is help available. So don't be afraid to reach out and ask for assistance. Write it down. Writing can be a helpful way to process your thoughts and feelings during an existential crisis. It can help you to make sense of what you're going through and to explore different aspects of your crisis. Writing can also be a form of self-care, as it allows you to express yourself in a safe and private space. If you're not sure where to start, try writing about your thoughts and feelings, what triggered your crisis, and what you hope to achieve by working through it. You can also try writing about your values and what matters to you in life. This can help you to reconnect with what is important to you and to find meaning in your crisis. Seek professional help. If you're struggling to cope with your existential crisis, you may benefit from professional help. A therapist can provide support and guidance as you work through your thoughts and feelings. They can also offer practical advice on how to deal with your crisis. If you're not sure if therapy is right for you, consider talking to a therapist about your options. Many people find that therapy is an incredibly helpful way to deal with an existential crisis. Take time for yourself. When you are struggling, it is essential to prioritize your well-being. This means taking time to rest, relax, and recharge. Make sure to schedule some downtime each day, even if it's just for a few minutes. This can help you to feel more relaxed and less stressed. You may also want to consider taking up a new hobby or activity that brings you joy. Doing things that make you happy can help you to feel more balanced and at peace, even during tough times. Be patient. Dealing with an existential crisis can be a long and difficult journey. It's important to be patient with yourself and to take things one step at a time. Remember that there is no right or wrong way to deal with a crisis, and there is no timeline for healing. Everyone heals at their own pace, so go at the speed that feels right for you. History. The term, existential crisis, was first coined by the German philosopher Karl Jaspers in the 1930s. He used it to describe the experience of doubt, anxiety, and despair that comes when we question the meaning of life. Since then, the existential crisis has been used to describe periods of confusion and uncertainty about life's purpose. While it is often associated with young adults, an existential crisis can occur at any age. An existential crisis can be a confusing and scary time. But with the right support, it is possible to work through your thoughts and feelings and to find meaning in your life again. Remember, you are not alone in this. Many people have gone through an existential crisis, and there is help available. So if you're struggling, don't be afraid to reach out and ask for assistance. As we conclude this journey into the heart of existential crises, let us remember that we are not alone in our struggles. We are not alone in our doubts, our fears, and our uncertainties. We are part of a shared human experience, a collective odyssey of self-discovery and growth. We are part of a long lineage of individuals who have faced the abyss of uncertainty and have emerged stronger, wiser, and more radiant because of it. Let us hold on to the wisdom that has emerged from our exploration. Let us remember that existential crises are not weaknesses, but opportunities for strength. Not failures, but stepping stones for success. Not endings, but new beginnings. They are a chance to re-evaluate, to realign, and to reignite our passion for life. Let us carry with us the courage to question, the resilience to face our fears, and the compassion to embrace our vulnerabilities. Let us cultivate the mindfulness to stay present, the curiosity to explore new horizons, and the creativity to forge new paths. Let us embrace the unknown, rather than trying to control it. Let us trust in our capacity to navigate the uncharted, to find meaning in the meaningless, and to create purpose in the face of uncertainty. As we move forward, let us remember that we are not just individuals, but part of a larger web of relationships, communities, and societies. Let us recognize that our existential crises are not just personal, but also collective. Let us work together to create a world that values vulnerability, empathy, and understanding. A world that encourages us to ask the big questions, to seek answers, and to find meaning in the journey. And when the darkness closes in, and the void seems too vast to bridge, let us remember that we are not alone. We are part of a human family that has faced existential crises throughout history, and has emerged stronger, wiser, and more radiant because of them. We are part of a community that understands, that empathizes, and that supports. We are part of a collective that has the power to transform our struggles into strengths, our fears into courage, and our uncertainties into opportunities. Let us rise above the abyss, with the knowledge that our existence is precious, our time is limited, and our potential is infinite. Let us rise with the courage to be, to become, and to evolve. Let us rise with the wisdom to embrace our existential crises, and to transform them into catalysts for growth, renewal, and a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world we inhabit. Let us rise, dear friends, with the hope that our journey will inspire others to do the same. Let us rise, with the faith that our collective struggles will give birth to a brighter future. Let us rise, with the knowledge that our existential crises will become the foundation upon which we build a more compassionate, more resilient, and more radiant human family. Thank you.